Outrage alert. Former Saturn dealer Mark Modica said there's something rotten in the business of marketing and selling the Chevy Volt. He claims he uncovered underhanded shenanigans to make the Volt appear to be a success story. Mark is with us right now. Mark, go ahead. Tell us what happens. These dealers are selling it to each other to grab that tax incentive.
Hi, Eric. Yes, what I did was I did a search on some websites to check the availability of Volts, since GM was claiming that demand was exceeding supply and there wasn't enough out there. What I found was there's plenty out there, including 6 of them in stock within 70 miles of my location. But then I uncovered something more disturbing. There was actually a bunch of used ones being sold. One in particular was at a Kia dealer where they had 4 of them in California, one with 11 miles and one with 30 miles, sold as used. So what they're doing is they're titling the vehicles, buying one dealership, buying them from another, taking that $7,500 tax credit that they're allowed, and then reselling them at MSRP. They're not reducing the price, and they're looking to game the system.
So as the price of gasoline goes up and maybe the demand for an electric car goes up a little bit, they're realizing they don't have to offer that $7,500 credit anymore, and they're keeping it for themselves?
No, not at all. Demand, I don't think demand is there. You have to look at what this car does, Eric. It gets about 30 miles on a charge and then gets about 30 miles per gallon on premium fuel. So you're
they're
not
just
really
not selling.
saving a lot of money there.
They're just sitting on lots and sitting on whatever the eBay sites without being sold.
That's how it appears to me, but it looks like these dealerships are trying to get some money by at least getting the tax credits,
right,
and then still helping to sell them at full price.
Mark, I'm going to get back to you in a second, but Dr. Hellman, here's another situation where, you know, the intentions may have been great for the Obama administration, offering $7,500 tax credit for buying an electric vehicle. That may have been right, but they forgot to write in the part only to the consumer, not to the dealer.
Well, yeah, I mean, this is egregious, and shame on Chevy for doing this. This is ridiculous. But we have to hold our public elected officials accountable, but even more so corporations, because they're profit-seeking organizations, which means that they will try to scam systems, and they're right now scamming the American taxpayer.
Go ahead, Adam.
Hey, corporations are profit-making centers. The problem is the elected officials. Forget it. I mean, listen. They should have known that corporations are going to find every loophole.
Well, let's be honest, though, guys. Let's clear this up, guys.
We have responsibilities, though, as citizens.
Hey, we have
listen, you can't point the finger at GM for this one. Mark, I'm going to get back to you in a second. These are the individual dealers selling it back to each other, gaining that $7,500 tax credit.
Wait a minute.
GM may not even know about it.
They are completely wrong. On that, there's no question. The problem is they're taking advantage of a loophole that shouldn't exist in the first place.
Absolutely.
And that there's problem in legislation. That's my point.
All right, so this is, in layman's terms, if you're at home and you don't understand what's happening, let me explain it to you. I own a car dealership, a Chevy dealership, that's allegedly doing wrong. I own a car, you own a dealership, Eric. I sell you a car. I get the $7,500. Then you sell it back to me. Right. Then I sell it back to you. And every time we sell it back and forth.
Just once.
All right,
Only one
you
time.
get the $7,500 rebate.
But the whole point, Mark, and the whole point was to get this to the consumer, right? And clearly these dollars aren't going to the consumer.
No, well, they're not supposed to. That brings up another point. If you go into a dealership and buy a Volt with 30 miles on it, you think you're buying it new. I've looked over that tax form to take that $7,500 credit, and there's no identifier on there of the vehicle. So
but Mark,
you may have the taxpayer getting scammed out of...
Are you saying GM is complicit in this?
GM? No.
Okay,
no.
so it's just the dealers.
I don't believe GM knows about this.
Right.
This is through the dealerships and the Obama administration with their tax code of trying to have good intentions.
Clearly, that is it. There's, in all good intentions, you better tie up the loopholes or they're going to be exploited. We're going to say thank you to Mark Modica for being here.